What up and what's poppin'? It's your dog Breeze from Fahrenheit 451, part of the Fourth and Gold Network. We're burning the books alive 1-1 on NBA picks yesterday. Back with my best bets in the NBA for April 5th. First up, give me Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavericks over 25.5 points. I got that at minus 125 over at Bally Bet before Luka was ruled out. He was still, well, he's doubtful. He's not ruled out, but he was questionable at the time. So I said, man, let me just take a flyer on Kyrie. And, you know, if he gets ruled out, I'll get some great CLV. Kyrie, 30, 27, and 26 points in his last 3 games. 27, 23, 38, and 32 his last 4 games versus Golden State. However, without Luka, he's cashed 44, 33, 42, and 36 points in the last 4 games. Without Luka, the last 2 games versus the Golden State Warriors, 33 and 28. Who else? Who else? Next up, DeAndre Ayton of the Portland Trail Blazers, dominating over 12.5 rebounds, minus 125 odds over at DraftKings. Took that last night when I was still at work. I've seen it at minus 140 over at FanDuel. Seen it 13.5 other places. I would still take it. 16 rebounds in his last game. 16, 7, 13, and 16 rebounds in the last 4 games versus the Washington Wizards, who allow the most rebounds in the entire league. Also, the most rebounds in the entire league to centers. Next up, Pascal Siakam of the Indiana Pacers over 8.5 rebounds, minus 106 odds over at FanDuel. He's had 8 rebounds or more in his last 8 out of 10 games, 11, 14, 16, and 11 rebounds in his last 4 games versus OKC, who allows the 3rd most rebounds to power forwards. Next up, DeMar DeRozan of the Chicago Bulls over 25 points, minus 120 odds over at FanDuel. He's had 27 points or more in his last 6 games. 32, 14, 25, and 28 in his last 4 games versus New York, who allowed the 4th most points to small forwards. I just saw OG Anunoby is doubtful as well. That should help. Next up, Jabari Smith Jr. of the Houston Rockets over 14.5 points, minus 130 on ESPN. Hit this line in his last 7 out of 10, 28, 14, and 24 points in his last 3 games. Everybody and their mama is ruled out for the Houston Rockets. Just go hoop, brother. Miami allows the 7th most points to power forwards. Alperen Sengun is out. Amen Thompson is out. Some other people out. I can't think off the top of my head, but they're missing a lot of players. Next up, last but not least, I saw this and I was like, what? And Giannis is doubtful. Just one less person in the way. RJ Barrett, rest in peace to his brother, of the Toronto Raptors, over 18.5 points, minus 115 odds over at Bet365. RJ Barrett has had 23 points in his last 8 out of 10 games. 23, 26, and 28 points in his last 3 games. 20, 26, 23, 13, and 21 in his last 5 versus the Bucks. I also like RJ Barrett over his first quarter points. I think it was 3.5. It was either 3.5 or 4.5, but I'm pretty sure it was 3.5. So yeah. All right. To recap, man. Kyrie Irving over 26 points, DeAndre Ayton over 13 rebounds, Pascal Siakam over 9 rebounds, DeMar DeRozan over 25 points, Jabari Smith Jr. over 15 points, and RJ Barrett over 19 points. Like, comment, and subscribe for your daily sports betting videos and analysis. Let's keep burning them. As always, I will see you tomorrow. I might be able to sneak out a little puck talk video before I got to shoot off to work. Parlays and builders will be over on Twitter. Don't meet me there. Be me there. Best of luck.